Hey, honey, how you doing tonight?
I'm all right.
You're all right. You're not happy?
Are you happy?
I mean, I'm relatively happy. Speaking of happy, I'm going to introduce you to a new artist tonight. His name is NF. You ever heard
NF?
of him?
No.
Some people
Like
call him NIF. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if people
N-
call him NIF.
like the letters NF.
Yes,
Okay.
NF. And he does his little song
What does
called
NF stand for?
I, I don't know. That's a great question. Maybe we can have the NF community drop some information on us because I've heard a few of his songs, but I don't know a lot of history on him. But hey, before we get into all this stuff, welcome Savage Reaction Crew. My name is David.
I'm Angie.
I'm a little bit of rock and roll.
No, you're not.
Nope. I don't know why I said that. She's all the rock and roll.
You were wanting.
I
to
was
be.
feeling like rock and roll tonight. I don't know.
But that's not even what we're gonna listen to, is it?
No, it's really not. You know those days where your mind is just sort of like in the clouds? Hey, that's another song that NF does. Clouds, or something about the clouds, something like that. Anyway, I'm a little bit of everything.
I don't know what's going on. I'm a whole lot of rock and roll.
Yes, she is. So anyway, now that we've gotten past that whole nonsense, yeah. So NF, usually a hip hop guy.
So not what I would listen to.
Not
usually.
one you would normally listen to, but this song is very musical, very melodic. But what I really think is going to draw you to it, maybe not to the point where it'll be added to your playlist necessarily. It's possible, but what I really feel like might draw you to this is the lyrics
Okay.
and how deep the message is.
Well, that's important to me.
I know that's important to you. So even where it might miss on some other areas, I feel like you may be like, wow, that message, wow, that was something. So I'm hoping that that's the case.
Mhm.
So, I say we go ahead and get into this, but you know what? Before we do, please make sure that you subscribe,
Like,
share,
ring a little bell.
and comment down below. It helps the algorithm.
That's my
So-
little bell.
Yes, it's a lovely bell. So, without further ado, let us get into this. This is NF Happy.
I do.
I do.
Is that him?
That is not. That is a little girl.
Oh,
Dear God, please hear me out. I know it's been a couple years since I've reached out and said hello. I bet you're wondering why I keep obsessing on and stressing all the little things when I should be living life and soaking up the memory. I know I've been selfish, I have no excuse to give you it's true. Hanging by a thread's how I live. I don't know why, but I feel more comfortable living in my agony.
Okay, so
aw.
poor little girl. She's like a latchkey kid to the extreme. It seems like her mom is maybe
Passed out.
got some addiction issues or something like that.
Uh-huh. I don't see a dad there.
So
That's sad.
it is a little bit sad. And
And then as an adult, she's repeating the cycle, possibly.
it'll be interesting to see what happens
Guess so.
as it progresses, because I don't know if it goes there or not, or if it.
Have you watched this video?
I have seen it.
So
Yes.
you do know where it goes.
Well, I
I don't
haven't
know
watched
where.
it enough to really dive into it and really truly react, because I wanted to save it for something for you and I to do.
Okay.
So I listened to it because I thought it was kind of a catchy tune. It sort of gave off, like the initial part sort of gave off almost even some like Ed Sheeran vibes
Yeah.
type stuff.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. So not bad so far, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff. All right, let's check this out.
But I feel more comfortable living in my agony. happy. Yeah, been this way so long, it feels like something's off when I'm not depressed. I got some issues that I won't address. I got some baggage I ain't open yet. I got some demons I should put to rest. I got some traumas that I can't forget. I got some phone calls I've been avoiding. Some family members I don't really connect with. Some things I said I wish I would've not let slip. Some hurtful words that never should've left my lips. Some bridges burned, I'm not ready to rebuild yet. Some insecurities I haven't dealt with yet. I'll be the first to admit that I'm a lonely soul, and the last to admit I need a hand to hold. Losing hope, headed down a dangerous road. Strange I know, but I feel most at home when I'm living in my agony, watching my self-esteem go up in flames, acting like I don't care what anyone else thinks, when I know truthfully that that's the furthest thing from how I.
So now I feel like she's at a birthday party at a friend's house.
Yeah, seeing regular parents.
Yeah, what a happy situation.
Well, I gotta say, like, you and I grew up very differently. They showed the mom and dad fighting, arguing. It
Yeah.
wasn't a physical fight.
Yep.
It was an argument. You and I grew up very differently in that. And I know people have different ideas that people are like, oh, you never should fight in front of your children. Now, for you, your parents did not fight in front of you.
Yeah, I don't remember them ever really fighting in front of me.
My
ever.
parents did fight in front of me. For you, how did it affect you for them not fighting in front of you? What was the negative effect of them not fighting in front of you?
Conflict avoidance. I mean, why would you fight?
Yeah. So you
Fighting is bad.
right. So you had conflict avoidance, which made it difficult in the beginnings of our relationship, that you were very quiet and then you would become resentful.
Yeah, I would never tell you what I was feeling.
Right. And my parents did fight in front of me. So I got to see them, they would fight, but then I got to see them hash it out and then make up. So I knew it's okay to fight. It's okay to have disagreements. It's okay to have arguments, even if they become, I'm from upstate New York originally. So even if it becomes loud, in the end, they hash it out, they work it out, and they wind up, even if you agree to disagree, they work it out and they still love each other. And I knew that that was okay, and that was a thing. For you, I remember when we first began, and I had to teach you how to fight with me, because I had to teach you it's okay. I'm not going anywhere. And here we are 22 years later.
Yep.
I haven't gone anywhere. It's okay to sometimes get frustrated. We're two adult people with different brains and different feelings and stuff, and it's okay to fight and disagree, and we can yell and argue and whatever, and it's going to be okay in the end. We'll hash it out, and I still love you. I'm not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. It's fine. How the way my parents would still be married today if my dad hadn't passed away.
Yep.
They wound up, they were married for 28 years, then he passed away. How did the way your parents handle it, how'd that work out for them?
Well, I would say not so well. Even my mom, I think, would say, it got to a point where there was just
No communication.
No
It was complete
communication.
breakdown in communication.
she had to find an escape, and he never, as far as I know, again, because it wasn't out there, he didn't make any sort of effort to, go after her and be like,
Yeah.
fight for it and stuff like
So
that.
they wound up in divorce.
And then they wound up in divorce. So
Yeah, it was not a healthy relationship, even though from all appearances, growing up as a child, it seemed healthy because you never saw them fight.
yeah,
But it wasn't. It was quite the opposite.
Yep.
And that's why, people have their different views of whether or not to fight in front of children. I think it's okay to fight in front of children because it also shows them conflict resolution, and everything's going to be okay. Nobody's going to stop loving the other person just because you had an argument.
Yeah.
So we personally, we've had arguments in front of our kids, and they see in the end that we're like, it's okay. We disagreed about it. We hashed it out. We're still here. We still love each other. And then we'll go on a date the next night or something.
yeah, and also we don't have like knockdown drag out fights in front of
Yeah.
them, and
It's not screaming and
I
slamming
think
doors or anything.
both
like
of us
that.
consistently have always once we've resolved it, turned to the kids and in essence been like, see, we're okay. Everything's good.
Yeah.
Mom and I are good. We disagreed about whatever, or I was in trouble for this, or she was in trouble for that, but we're all good now.
I
Everything's
never
worked
get
out.
in trouble.
She doesn't. It's always me.
Anyways, so I wanted to bring that to light because it showed the little girl looking up and watching them fight, and it's not always a bad thing for that to occur. You know, we're not screaming and slamming doors or anything,
Right.
but it's not necessarily a bad thing to in my mind and my views, and having two different perspectives.
Yeah.
You know, that growing up two different ways, that it's not actually a terrible thing. But yeah, so as you were saying, get back to the video. So yeah, it looks like she's at a friend's birthday party where the parents appear to be getting along.
Yeah,
and
it
everything.
seems like a little
happy
more of
family.
an idyllic situation.
Yeah.
So she feels like, okay,
that's it.
my mom is normally, you know, passed out on the couch. My dad's not around. I've got to fend for myself.
Yeah. When
I
he
gotta
is
feed
around,
myself.
they're fighting.
When he's around, they're fighting. And now I come over to this birthday party. Everybody's happy, smiling.
Yeah.
Happy being the key word. And she's like,
Yeah.
huh, I wonder what like life would be like if I was happy.
Yeah.
So let's keep going.
Feel, but I'm too proud to open up and ask you to pick me up and pull me out this hole I'm trapped in. The truth is I need help, but I just can't imagine who I'd be if I was happy. Don't know what's around the bend.
Good little actress.
Oh,
too.
she is a cutie pie too. Yeah. She's a good actress.
And you know, I think the song resonates for her going through the struggles.
Yeah.
This lady here, like,
That's her as a grown up, isn't it?
no, because the little girl is watching her fight with.
No, that was the mom. This is her as an adult. They're flipping back and forth
Oh,
between her as a child and her as an adult.
I'm usually better about these time flipping things, and you're the one that's always like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
So, okay, so then, but the point still remains. Like, now she's an adult, and she's like, "Oh,
That's why I was like,
I've never been happy. What's going on?"
Is she repeating what her mom was doing?
Yeah.
Don't know what my future is, but I can't keep on living.
See, there she sees her mom and herself in the mirror. Oh, it was her own birthday. So was that her
watching
day? I
my
don't know.
self-esteem go up in flames, acting like
Oh,
I
there's her
don't
mom.
care what anyone else thinks, when I know truthfully that that's the furthest thing from how I feel. But I'm too proud to open up and ask you
That's what she would have liked.
to pick me up and
Yeah,
pull
maybe
me out
that's it.
this hole I'm trapped in. The truth is I need help, but I just can't imagine who I'd be if I was happy. If I was happy. If I was happy.
Oh, there's her mom.
Oh man, see, I didn't watch it enough times, and
That brought tears to my eyes because I felt so bad for that little girl.
yeah, I needed your help to pick up all those nuances and stuff.
Yeah.
That's really good. And like I was telling you, like NF does a lot of stuff with, you know, these types of topics,
Mental health.
mental
and
health and
Depression.
relationships and depression and all sorts of stuff like that.
I think that's interesting. She faces her mom in the end, and that's a point I was going to make, actually, is that, like, most people I know weren't dealt the best cards in life. Most people I know didn't have the happiest, super great, wonderful childhood. There's crap that has happened in their childhood or in their teens or whatnot. My childhood itself, I had a couple of things happen in my childhood itself. As a teen, I had some horrible things happen, and you know, a close friend that had committed suicide, and somebody that was murdered, and There was just all kinds of things that happened. But I think it's very important. I'm a very strong believer in that you can't let what has happened, what happened in your past helps to shape you, but you can't let it dictate who you are. It helps give you perspective, it helps give you empathy, it helps give you sympathy, but you can't use it as a crutch. Well, I had a bad childhood, so that's why I'm this way, that's why I'm that way. I'm going to just keep drinking. I'm going to act out towards people. I'm going to do this and do that. You can't let it dictate who you are. You can make the choice. You can make the choices. I know my dad grew up with parents that were alcoholics, and he made the choice. He knows addiction runs in the family. They were very adamant about informing me so that I wouldn't follow that path, and we're good about telling our children. So you guys can, everybody can make the choice. Do I want to be like this, or do I want to change the path?
Right.
I think that's an important thing. And I think that's something like she was letting it dictate who she was. And then when she looked in the mirror and saw
her mom
as herself, she's like, no.
Yeah.
And then she went to go confront her mom.
Yep.
Because she's got to deal with her issues now.
Yeah.
And you can't let that be who you are.
Exactly. Well, man, you did a great job of breaking that down, even better than me. I saw it, like I said, I watched it a couple times just because, like, I was really riffing on the musicality of it, like the words and stuff, the message. Like, I was like, oh yeah, I wonder who I'd be if I was actually happy and blah blah blah.
So that whole little birthday party scene and all those things were things that she imagined if she was happy, that's what her life would look like.
Yep. Instead of what it actually was, where she came home, had to kick her shoes off, try to wake up her unconscious mom,
right,
go into the kitchen, feed herself.
Yeah.
That was
take herself to bed.
That was her reality.
Yeah.
As opposed to the happiness that she wished she had had.
Yeah.
So yeah. Great job, honey. You did an awesome job. Good job.
Thanks.
It was really cool musically too, I thought, don't you?
Yeah, it was enjoyable musically. I think you were right. Like his voice, or there was something, the composition of it and everything did bring about like Ed Sheeran type of vibes.
Yep, absolutely.
Right. Is that the one that was Ed Sheeran that we did that video for not too long ago?
Yeah, did an Ed Sheeran one.
Yeah, Eyes Closed.
Eyes Closed.
Yeah, yeah, very much remind me of that kind of thing. So, all right, well, what did you guys think of it? What was your take on it? What is your experiences? Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, let us know down in the comments and
your perspective.
And I'm gonna dig more into NF's catalog. If you can think of any that are any of his stuff that's more musically bent, because she's not a huge hip hop fan,
but if a hip hop artist does something like this, I enjoy it.
Yeah,
usually.
she's down for that kind of stuff. So if you can think of good ones that would match that, and if you have any other ones, I do like the hip hop stuff, so I'm willing to look at those.
He's gonna do some stuff off on the side by himself with that too.
So, but hey, we appreciate you hanging out with us, and until next time, peace.
Rock on.